Hi there. This is a video about animals found in Zimbabwe. These are domestic animals, tamed, and they represent most of the animals that people have in their homes. They are not really fantastic or compared to some commercial farmers, but this is domestic animals for subsistent farmers in the rural areas. So they are quite adequate for their needs and available almost in all areas in the villages. Some villages also have some egg layers and even broilers, which they use to get some income. They sell and make some money just because they don't have any other occupation apart from farming. So the various activities at the home that the farmer does, and looking after cattle is the most important part of the farming occupations. Cattle cannot be left to just roam about because they'll destroy other people's crops and there will be danger. So they are always guarded or held in some fences to protect them from straying into other people's fields. So farmers, they have got a lot of work, and goats as well. They can also stray into fields, but the farmers have to look after them. Dogs are main guards, especially at home at night. They have to warn or alert people that something is happening outside and they can come out and inspect. So dogs are very important. Almost every home has a dog or two. Some have many, depending on how they can afford to feed them. So cats as well are used to make sure that they get rid of the rodents in the huts and houses. They are very important. As previously shown in other videos, cattle are the major part of a farmer's wealth. But there are also chickens and turkeys, which they use for food. Various animals are kept specifically for a certain type of function, like a cow or bull is only slaughtered when there's a bigger function. Otherwise, for smaller gatherings, chickens and goats are sufficient. This is how Zimbabweans had their cattle in the bush. They take them out for watering at watering points. And in the villages, dogs and the chickens just mingle about. Cattle provide milk most of the time for the families, and herding cattle, like I said before, is the major part of the farmer's occupation. And they take them out in the fields or far away in the jungles for them to graze and to drink water, and only come in the evening when they are going to be enclosed in their kraal. So if some regions are very dry, such that the grass is so dry and almost completely ruined, for the cattle to graze. So the cattle have to be taken to areas where there is more grass, so that they can have a little bit better green grass or leaves. Where there are more trees, they feed on leaves. In dry land, you only have water at a very distant places, where you have either pools in along the riverbed where the cattle are watered. So sometimes it is very difficult herding cattle, and yet it is so essential and is the most important part of the farmer's occupation, because cattle represent most of or all their wealth, the main source of income. When they sell a beast, they can make payments for school fees or purchase some other requirements at home. But some have come to be assisted with their children who have grown up and are working in urban areas, in mines and towns, who have contributed to some income to their homes. Although nowadays some of the children, when they're grown up, they become so detached and they don't care about the parents. So the parents have to care for their animals, for them to be able to sustain themselves. However, some areas are provided with dams where cattle can be watered, and it becomes easier, and some vegetation that grows around the dam becomes abundant food for the cattle, but it's not much. So most of the pastures are well groomed after the rains. The rain season is the most important provider of pastures for animals. Once the rain starts and the bushes become green and grass grows, the cattle also have more food. Even goats also have a lot of leaves because they like feeding on leaves, whereas cattle feed mostly on grass, but they can also feed on leaves where grass is not available. Chickens and turkeys are part of the farmer's occupation, and they look after these, and the cattle also provide milk as a supplement for food for both people and as well as the young ones of the cattle. So it is difficult sometimes to separate the young of the cattle. This video has been made to show you most of the occupations of the farmers in Zimbabwe, so that you know how they look after their cattle and what type of cattle, of animals they have at their homes. These are the animals that they have, domestic animals, tamed animals that they have. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe so that you don't miss some of the next videos that I am going to produce. I am Baba Kobi. Thank you for watching.
Matume. kune dhuru